Hello, this is Michael Jones. Today I'll be doing a review on this TACKLIFE Rotary Tool Accessory Kit. It has 361 pieces and looks like it is actually quite big, quite large, and would accommodate almost everyone that would like to use a rotary tool's needs. And right now when I bought it, it was on sale, $23.98, and we're going to take a look at it. So I'm going to open it up with my razor. Okay. Empty box for it. And inside the box, there is another box. Okay, opening up this box right here. I will just be doing an unboxing right now, and then we'll do a review on it shortly. So just open it up. Okay. And TACKLIFE does make rotary tools too, which I will be using for this test over here. And I test it out. Inside of the box. There we go. Quite a large kit. Quite extensive, hopefully. And all these warnings over here that you can read if you like. Okay. Well, just one warning in a bunch of different languages. And I like how it is set up nicely in this glass see-through plastic case, and it does have a user manual, which I can open up real quickly. I'll tell you what all the pieces are for, which is actually quite good for someone that's just getting into, using rotary tools. It looks like it's just a bunch of different languages. So here's the language that I use, which is English. Okay. Sorry, my bad. This is the English instruction manual. And let's take a look at this kit over here. Okay. Oh, you have to open this up right here. Give me a second. Okay, once I have opened the toolkit, we'll take a look inside. And you'll see there's actually a plastic insert over here to help you keep it safe during shipping. And two of them fell out, so I'll put them right back in. And click nicely back into place over here. Okay, so what do we have here? It does look like over here is on top, there are the, I'll go through each piece. These look like the connectors for these drilling bits over here. Okay, so on top over here are the connectors for these bits over here, as you can see, 22. This is the screw-in connector for the polishers, which are over here. And there's also a polisher actually down here. As you can see, there's a bunch of different polishers. So that's the connector for that. Over here is a bunch of diamond bits for, I guess, engraving and things like that. And there's a bunch of them. And then you have little drill bits over here. And then you have, these are sharpeners and grinders, like 2-in-1. And you can click all of them here to make sure they stay still. They just came through shipping. So all different types of sharpeners. These last two are the connectors for these sanding bits. And over here you can see there's actually two different sizes of the sanding bits. There's the mini size and the large size. And they all fit very nicely over here, which is actually kind of nice. It looks really nice all together, honestly, just the whole kit. Let's continue on. And here are 3 polishing bits that we can use. I'm guessing some of them are, yeah, these are more tough and then less tough. And then you have the same ones over here. And these are wheel polishers. These are more the straight version. And over here is a sander. And I believe this is also a another type of grinder, I guess. These are wheels for sanding wheels. And these are cutting wheels. These are grinding wheels, kind of similar to these up here, but they are in a wheel format. Over here is a like a metal cutting wheel, I believe. These are foam wheels for polishing. It's kind of cool how everything has a nice little spot here. It's like a nice case. Here is a metal cutting wheel, I believe. Here is, not exactly sure what this wheel is for, but over here are sanding wheels, and there you can see there's different grits for the sanding wheels, and you can have an open and close. So it's like cool. Over here is the opening tool for it, for these wheels, and down here on the bottom are, I'm not exactly sure what these are. Oh, These are Dremel, not Dremel, the TACKLIFE Rotary Tool inserts that you can put in to keep everything nice and tight. Replacement pieces. So all in all, I think this is great for anyone who wants to do just about anything with a Dremel or any rotary tool. The TACKLIFE Rotary Tool, which is the one that I have that I'm going to use, and I'm going to test these. And if you continue watching, you will see me testing all these pieces. The one thing I did notice that that may be missing from this set are the wood cutting wheels, although you can use these wheels for cutting wood as well, because they do work. I've tested them out. So let's get on to the testing video. Now that I'm at my workstation, I'm going to take out my TACKLIFE Rotary Tool. This is the RTD 02DC, and we're going to take out one of these fiberglass cutoff wheels, and we're going to take out one of these attachment pieces to the cutoff wheel, and we're going to test it out. Okay, hopefully I get this in the first try, but I'm going to use this to cut one of these screws. 2000. And there we go. Didn't take too long, and we cut it, so that was nice. As you can see, I cut the metal. So, hold on, I'm gonna try to focus it over here. There we go. Nice clean cut. Did take a few seconds, but definitely quicker than some of the other ones I've tried. Definitely quicker than all of the other ones I tried so far, because this is the fiberglass one. It works a lot better. Let's test out a different piece from the set. Now I can put this fiberglass away and grab this piece right here and use this to cut another piece of the screws, another screw. So let's give it a shot. I have been using this wrench to loosen and unloosen the TACKLIFE Rotary Tool. But now we will test this out right here. Oh, let me just show you how I connected it. There you go. Let's hope it goes nice and smooth. There we go. It did get stuck once, but now that I'm paying close attention, this screw actually that was very hot. That was a dumb thing to do. Without gloves. This screw is actually a different type of screw, which is a little bit higher, thicker, and stronger than the rest of the screws, and therefore was harder to cut. So I guess take that with a grain of salt, but it was able to cut through with this diamond cutting wheel. Not sure if it was technically meant for metal but it did work. So there's that. I guess let's try a few other parts and see what they do and what they can and cannot do. I did have to restart it in the middle. What I did was I turned it off, turned it back on, and then I made it higher again. So let's take a look at some of the other pieces. Okay, here on the bottom we have a bunch of sanding wheels, and we're going to test that also. So let's do that test. Okay, so I already sanded down this part. Let's try to sand down the rest with this TACKLIFE 8-ball tool. Rotary tool. I'm going to go to a little bit higher setting. Honestly, very impressed. Made this nice and smooth for the amount of time that I put in, and it took out a nice chunk over here when I left it. On the top, we have a few drill bits, and we're gonna do a test on that too. Put on the drill bit, and keeping on this protective shield, and I will use the second to highest setting. And it did make easy work of it. You can see the whole. Okay, now I'm going to test if this TACKLIFE Rotary Tool Kit, if this cutting wheel can actually cut through wood. Let's test it out. Okay, and now I'm going to test it out on the wood. So, well, oh, it stalled on me, but it's fine. It wasn't on the highest, that's probably why it stalled on me. But you just turn it right back on and it works again. And when it's not on the highest, it'll stall, but if you put it on the highest, it will have no problems. It will cut right through. So on the highest setting, it totally was able to cut through everything. On the medium setting, it stalled out once, but otherwise, it did a really great job, actually. Very surprised. It did kind of burn the wood a little bit, but that's fine. It's very soft now, so that's kind of nice. I really recommend this piece for wood as well. As you can see, I cut a nice amount, and it was totally soft. I also cut this before, and totally. Okay, so I didn't get to test every single piece, but I did most of them, and all of them did a great job. This is a diamond burr that I didn't actually test, but I did test a TACKLIFE diamond burr, and it did work well. You can watch it on my other video where I did the 4-volt version of the TACKLIFE rotary tool, and I did do it, and it's probably the same exact thing. Otherwise, I'm sure all these tools, you know, are the same good TACKLIFE you can rely on. Some of them I don't really have good tests to do on right now, but all in all, it's a great set. I'm sure I will be using it in the future. I'm sure it will come in very handy. I do love that it closes and, you know, has like a nice little case, whereas a lot of the other tools that I get are just like, you know, in a bag like this. So when you buy them on like Amazon or eBay, you know, a random kit, this is much more organized and much more put together, and I'm very glad to have it. So thank you for watching, and I hope this helped you.